first person that you turned to when you said, this is the project I'm going to do? Who's the first person you brought on to help you?
My father, like by far. He was my mentor. He kind of helped me sort out what this idea was. Is it a real business? Can I make a business plan? Keep in mind, I was like 21 or 22, and I had no idea what I was doing, except I was really excited about it. And he saw that, and he thought that there was a lot of potential for it. And he's a music attorney, so he really knows business, he knows music, and he knew that this space was interesting and growing. So he was my biggest influence by far.
So music is in your blood.
Definitely. I mean, I'm obsessed with music. I listen to it, I go to concerts, I play piano regularly, you know, I write music. I love it. I live and breathe it.
So what were the first steps that you took, you know, after you talked to your dad, you said, this is what I want to do. Then how did you really start to get your project off the ground?
So, like I said, he was like, start a business plan. So I'm like, what does that mean? So I literally like asked people that I knew that were in general business, like, send me your business plan. And I would just like steal their header and then like make up my own version of that. And then it was like, analyze the market. I was like, what does that even mean? Like, I literally had no idea. But through a lot of research, I figured out that there's a real market here. So I put it together, and the first thing was like finding web developers to really execute this website idea. And so I got these guys who were on board to do it at a cheaper rate if I gave them more time to do it, which was perfect for me because I started them, you know, working before I even got my job.
And you weren't really in a rush to launch. You knew what you wanted to do, so you really wanted to take your time and be thoughtful about it.
Exactly. So it was perfect timing. It did take a little longer. I came up with the concept, or the first initial concept, about October of 2008.
Okay.
And then it didn't really launch until like May 2010.
Okay.
So it did take some time.
Okay.
But that was like the real launch. I mean, we were in beta and stuff before then.
So now, you've been up and running for about 3 years now? So how quickly did you start to kind of turn a profit? If you have yet.
Oh, no, yeah. Things are going extremely well. Like, every year we pretty much have doubled in sales. And like the first year, I would say we started making some money. But I remember the first few projects, I was like, wow, $60! Like, I cannot believe that this is actually generating any money.
Yeah.
I mean, that moment that you make your first transaction, even if it's small, is like what fuels the fire of excitement, because it's such a big deal that your idea could even make $1. And so it started off as $60, which was a lot of money, and then like $200, and then $400, and then all of a sudden, you know, now nothing is big enough for me to like close a deal.
Right.
So like I'm continually not satisfied, which I think helps drive the business.
Yeah.
But
keeps you motivated, keeps you passionate.
Yeah.
So how many people work with you? Is it just you?
It was just me for 2 years.
Not including all the composers.
Oh yeah, no, it was just me doing everything for the first about 2.5 years. And then I had a few interns, and then I had one intern that I really loved who was just going above and beyond for me, and his name's Danny Joseph, and he ended up being the first hire for me.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
so he has been a savior, because it's just incredible to have the freedom of going on a vacation or going to meetings and not worrying about this urgent music search that needs to be, you know, done in an hour that I can't help with because I'm doing something else.
And when you're young, it must be hard to sort of, you know, to really pick that person, the person that you can learn from, the person that can actually help you with the job that you want, and somebody who really believes in the same things you believe in. So.
Absolutely. And Danny has the passion. He's a musician himself. He's a producer himself. He's smart. He's confident. He knows how to deal with the composers. He knows how to talk music with them, but he also can deal with the clients and be, you know, accommodating to them. So I really am lucky that I found someone really great.
How do you kind of, you know, how do you turn work mode off and, you know, just get into just relaxing and like having a personal life? Because it must be hard, you know, you're not going to an office every day working for the man. You know, you're working for yourself.
No, it's true. And I actually work from home, and it's definitely a challenge at times to disconnect. And to be perfectly candid, I don't really allow myself to fully disconnect because my career is this, that I need to be always checking in. I need to make sure things are good. Right. But I'm very good about like, I'm going to stop working at 6 today. Or actually, I'm going to run errands and stop at 3 today. Or, you know, I'm going to start at 11 because I have a cold and I want to get better and I'm going to sleep in. So like there is like the pros of being an entrepreneur and having that lifestyle and setting your own schedule. But I think it's just important that if you're like me and you live to work, and it's part of who you are, you don't have to separate it, because it's really, it's like there's a beautiful synergy of loving what you do and living your life.
And I feel like, you know, what you do, you can be out at a party and say, you're here, especially in LA, you're hearing people say, I need some good music for, you know, my website, or I need some music for, you know, a shoot, and you're sort of in the corner like, well, I can help you with that.
And I'm not really bashful about sales. I mean,
that's great.
Because I see my company is a tremendous resource, and we're doing something different. So I feel like anybody that hears about it is excited about hearing about Score. They think it's unique. They think it can be a real help to them, and the best part is that there's nothing to lose.
What do you wish somebody had told you before you started this whole venture?
I think the best thing is that, or the best advice that I could have gotten was just don't settle for no's. And there is a lot of rejection in the beginning. I mean, I spent the first year every single day cold calling. Oh, wow. I mean, literally, like random production companies, ad agencies, trailer companies, video game companies, people that make music for elevators. Like, I don't even care. Like, I was like in on everyone.
Yeah.
So I think the fact is like 1 in 50 is okay. If you can translate one person to believe in you after 50 rejections, that's fine.
You just have to keep going.
You just have to keep going. And that for me was something that I would say I learned without being told.